The snow became slushy during the day. I have a free afternoon for once, so I think I'll go window shopping. I've already searched a hyped coffee shop on the way. The space is tiny and cute. While waiting for my drink, I spent some time browsing their coffee beans. With branding that good, the coffee is bound to be amazing. As a bit of a bean collector, I always try a cup first before buying it. It's been a while to stroll through the Times Square. It was nice to see the spring energy and big sales on winter stock. Finally, the trench coat season has officially landed. I spotted one of the biggest trendy loafers. I was tired of wearing the puffer every day. I found a very nice pair of suede flats. It's pretty and lightweight, but the insole was too thin and the outsole was a bit slippery. Actually, I had never been to this H&M home floor. It wasn't that big, but has a nicely curated selection. I had seen these footed bowls online recently. They were much smaller and shallower than I imagined. I don't think I could fit a single scoop of ice cream in there without making a mess. I bought a couple of items, then headed back to my desk. To continue my search for new spring wardrobe staples, I stopped by VIVAIA store in Soho. I couldn't believe most of their knit uppers are made from recycled ocean-bound plastic bottles. It was a beautiful reminder that we could love fashion while still being kind to the earth. For this time, VIVAIA introduced me to their newly upgraded Margot 3.0 flats, which has running shoe technology inside. They have this diamond grid plus Poron cushioning insole, which is more bouncing and breathable. With the built-in arch support, you can walk 18,000 steps without any foot pain. You will experience zero stiffness anywhere. The soft foam is made of underwear-grade material for zero friction, so it feels no rubbing or scratching. If you're like me and have wide feet, You will love this slanted square toe. Plus, that V-cut is like magic. It slims the foot and really elongates the legs. You can easily fold them up to toss in your tote bag. I am completely obsessed with this cream and yellow apricot color combo. The quilted texture is so sophisticated. It's perfect for a feminine dressy look, but it's still effortless enough for my daily casuals. I also have to show you the icon loafers. They really trace that classic loafer style, but with a modern square toe twist that makes them feel so fresh. The second I put this on, they feel incredibly comfy, but they actually make my white feet look much slimmer. It gives me that visual sharpness I need, whether I'm styling them with formal dress pants for work or just casual jeans for the weekend. The sleek, tapered toe box gives me all the comfortable room I need. Of course, VIVAIA engineered a specialized cushioned patch in the heel. You can really feel the added stability from the arch support. Even though these are super flexible and even foldable, they still feel incredibly sturdy. The hue is so unique and rich. It's just the perfect versatile neutral that works with formal outfits and casual looks alike. VIVAIA always amazes me with how they constantly level up their tech and style. The team was kind enough to share a discount code for you all, so please check the description below. Checking out Aritzia as well. I used to shop here often. I know I won't wear the strapless top, just looking. I really liked that leather jacket. It was really soft and lightweight. I'm on the hunt for the perfect trench this season. We've been watching Fallout Season 2, so we were so curious about the coffee version of it. The show Fallout has the vintage, nostalgic sensibility of Wasteland. It kinda embodied the mood with the bold texture of vanilla and chocolate. My version of baked goods are now healthier and more rustic because of low sugar. It's my second book of Ishiguro. I was so excited to finally crack open my new Ishiguro. I'm obsessed with Ishiguro's unique sensibility. It's very subtle yet profound. I will share the review of this book once I've finished. I really admire beauty vloggers. My lighting, focus, all mess. Although my footages are not great, I wanted to share a bit of my daily makeup routine. I was thankfully invited to the advanced screening of Midwinter Break. I felt like traveling in Amsterdam through the movie. To get into the right headspace, I listened to the first chapter of the audiobook. While the plot is minimal, the characters are richly illustrated and deeply human. To fully understand what's happening, I'm gonna have to dive back into the audiobook.